Bundles are a great way to drive up the AOV of your ecom business, but they also can be pretty annoying when it comes to analyzing your data, because sometimes you actually want to look at things on an unbundled view, so breaking things down back to the original products that are part of this bundle. And this is, very time intensive, cumbersome, prone for errors, and just overall very annoying. So for that, now we have a native solution built directly into Klar. The first thing is you have to configure your bundles in Klar. For that, you simply click to connect a new data source and press the bundle Google Sheet, which I've already have done here for us and created it. Just takes a few clicks, and when opening this up, you will see something like this. What we can do here now is to configure the bundle, and we can use the variance ID. For example, in Shopify, I can go in here and I'm in my bundle view. I see that this is my variant ID, which I can enter here. And then the individual variants that are part of it, I can put in here, comma separated. This works both for, bundles that contain multiples of the same products, like this one here, which has 3 times the same product, but also works for products that have 3 different products, like this one here. And I just take those individual variant IDs from the individual products, just straight up from the URL up here, copy and paste it over, comma separated, and through that I'm able to configure my bundles. And that way, I will show you that in a second, I can look at my reports in a bundled view, right? Which would, for example, show one sale of the bundle, or an unbundled view, which would say 3 units sold for the individual products in there. I can, however, not just use this for bundles, but also to clean up messy product data. So, sometimes you just create a new product to, test something, run a campaign, and you just change the name. So product data often is messy. So I can also use this to match products onto each other. For example, we have here 2 products which are essentially the same. This one I archived now, I'm not using it anymore, but I have some historic sales that are still in this product's name. So in order to now combine it all into one view, I can also just simply do a one-on-one match on these individual variants to make sure that my data is as clean as possible. And for that, I just have one variant ID in the bundle view and one variant ID in the individual view. And that also completely works fine and helps you to clean up your data. Another thing I can do here is the revenue distribution of the bundled product. So when looking at an unbundled view, how I want revenue to be distributed across the individual products, I can do that equally. So if I have 4 products in a bundle, each of them will get 25%. I can do it based on the price of the individual product. So if the normal selling price of the products are 50, 100, and another 50, they would get 50, and the one product with the cost 100 will get 50% of the selling price of the bundle as a value, and the other 2 would get 25% each. Or I can do a custom distribution. Here again, comma separated, 50%, 30%, and 20% of the bundle will be assigned now to the first product, 50%, the second product, 30%, and 20% of the last product. And that's how you configure a bundle, and then how it's uploaded into Klar. And when going back now, I can look at a report, for example, at my revenue and profit flex table. I can look at it on an SKU basis, for example, and I can see here bundles as well as unbundled products, and I can see how many units I sold. For example, here for the 𝗨𝗯𝘂𝗶𝘶, I sold 723 units in a normal view. But I can also go to an unbundled view, and now my bundles disappear, but the unit sales that I had in the non-bundled products go up. So I actually see of individuals, 𝗨𝗯𝘂𝗶𝘂𝗿𝗲, I didn't sell 723, but I sold 1,010. And now when I do my demand forecasting, for example, I know exactly, or can much more accurately forecast how many units of this one I need to buy in order to cover my sales for the upcoming months. So that's one way of doing it. The other way, where we integrate in the next few weeks, is also going to be in a product relationship report. So when you're trying to analyze how customers buy between products, right now it just works in the bundled view, but there will also be the unbundled version for that fairly soon. Two more things that are important to consider here when configuring bundles. So one, you actually won't need to configure the COGS of a bundle if the bundle is configured, because we can sum up the COGS from the individual SKUs that are part of the bundle. And the second thing is that when looking at the logistics costs, we will consider bundles when calculating the cost per item. So if you have a bundle configured that actually consists of 3 items, we will use now 3 instead of 1 when calculating the picking cost, for example. So again, this makes things much easier for you and also a lot more accurate, and just one of the many small ways we're trying to help you get the most accurate data as possible. That's it for bundles. Hope this all makes sense. If you have any questions, please, as always, reach out and let us know. Happy to help. We're super committed to solving all those little small problems that ecom businesses face when analyzing their data, and I think unbundling is another great way of accomplishing that. So yeah, have a good day and see you soon. Bye bye.